a homeowner and you're contemplating listing your home on Zillow for sale by owner, just want to give you a quick walkthrough of how to go about doing that. It's a fairly user-friendly experience, but I noticed there wasn't a lot of content around how to do it. I've run into a few homeowners that got a little bit confused along the way, so I thought I'd do a quick video on how to go ahead and do that step by step. It's home buying season is coming up here. It's as we're recording this video, we're stepping into the spring and summer months of 2024. So I thought it'd be a good time to be able to provide you with a little bit of a guide on how to. So let's get started. So step one is to create a Zillow account. So if you haven't created an account yet, you're going to want to do this first step. So let me show you how to do it. All right, so on this step, you're going to want to create a Zillow account. So the way you'll do that is you're going to go to Zillow.com. And then you're going to come over here to sign in. So if you already have an account, you're going to go ahead and click in and log into your account, click sign in. If you don't have an account, you're going to click here, enter your email address, create a password, and then click this button here, I'm a landlord or industry professional, and then click submit. And that will go ahead and create your Zillow account for you. So that's the very first step that you'll need to do in order to list your property on Zillow for sale by owner. All right, step two now, once you're in Zillow, then what you'll see, you'll know that you'll probably see your initials here. So mine is AA. That's how you'll know you're all logged in, ready to go. So the next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna come up here to sell. You have your mouse over sell, and then you're gonna go ahead and go to post for sale by owner. So click on that link. Once you click on that link, it's going to give you the option to go ahead and put your property address in here. And so what I'm going to do for now, for this demonstration, I'll just go ahead and put our office address in here. From there, you're going to go ahead and click continue. And then from here, it's going to give you this map. Now, this is the map that's going to be included on your listing as well. So you just want to make sure that the map is pinpointed correctly. If it looks like the location is accurate, you're just going to go ahead and click, yes, this is the correct location. If it's not accurate, then you go ahead and just click no, let me change it, and it will allow you to adjust the map. So that way you can put that pinpoint on the right spot. So that way when folks are preparing to map out coming to your property, they'll make sure that they're coming to the right address. So once you do that, we're gonna go ahead and click on yes, this is correct, because that's correct for me. Next thing you're going to price your property. That's a big step in this process. So when you price your property, you definitely want to do a little research before you get to this step, right? So you can use Zillow for that and getting a sense of what properties are available for sale in your area. You can also reach out to a local realtor as well, just to kind of sense of what properties have sold for. What you'll be able to see in Zillow is a lot of the active properties. It may be a little bit more difficult to see what's currently in escrow and what's sold recently. So you can always reach out to me as a realtor if you're in the DFW area, if you want to just get an idea on pricings. There's other websites that you can use as well to price your home and get some resources around that. But definitely do your homework on this piece just to make sure that you're properly pricing your property. Say that 5 times fast. Once you do that, you've got your price in mind, you're going to go ahead and enter it here. The next thing, it gives you an option to do a 3D home tour and to upload your photos. So about these two items, so what I would highly encourage you to do is don't use your phone to take photos of your property. Your property is going to be best showcased by professional real estate photography, because they're going to be able to know how to shoot the room to make it look the most expansive, to optimize the space that you have. They're going to be able to make sure that the lighting looks properly done and things like that. Because the reason why this is important is because when a buyer is first introduced to your home, the very first impression they have is on the photos. So it's absolutely worth the investment to make sure you have high quality photos to be able to really properly showcase your property. And so typically real estate photos run somewhere between, let's say, $200 to maybe $350, depending on what you get. So if you do add-ons, if you wanted to do the 3D tour and all that good stuff, you can do that. Obviously, there's going to be a cost associated with that. That's an option, but so the tours and things like that, optional. The photos, though, high quality photos, that is, in my opinion, that is a must, because again, that is your very first impression to the market. So you want to make a good one. Here in Zillow, you can upload about 30 photos. So you've got a good opportunity to really showcase the home, all the details and things like that of the home very thoroughly here. So you're just gonna, once you have your photos available, you're just gonna go ahead and upload the photos here. You can either drag and drop them here, or you can click the button here and it'll pull up your computer drive, and then you can just click on the photos and upload them that way. So that's the next step that you're going to take. You're going to go ahead and upload your photos. Then from there, if you do have like a URL or a website or anything like that, or if there's a virtual tour that maybe you have the real estate photographer do, you can upload that information here so folks can click on that and see the tour of your home. And then the next thing that you're going to do is really just drill down into what are all the details of the home, right? So is it a single family home? Is it a condo? Is it a townhouse? Is it an apartment? Is it a multifamily? Are there HOA dues for the property? How many bathrooms? Here's where you're going to put your description of your property. This a good way to go about doing this. Go ahead and just draft it out, just anything that you can think of in terms of how you want to describe your property. Then go head on over to ChatGPT, that is our friend, and type in what you wrote and just put the prompt, rewrite this property description so that it flows and is appealing to buyers. And then copy and paste what you wrote, and then ChatGPT will do its magic and give you a beautiful description. You can always go back in and tweak it and things like that. That's a quick way to really have a nice high quality description of your property. So you're going to put that information here. And then if you're planning on having an open house, a lot of folks like to do that, especially when the property first hits the market, just to get the most exposure. You can go ahead and click on the date here, time, and when the open house starts, when it ends, have that information listed on your listing as well. If there's any additional information, additional websites, things like that, you also have the opportunity to put that information here. They also, which I love, have this section of what I love about this home. As a homeowner, you have a different way of looking at the property than I think maybe a realtor would have, in that, what did you really just enjoy about living in the home? Something that you would not be able to find by just looking at a property description. Because in the property description, you're going to want it to be more focused around what are the characteristics, the features, the benefits, and things like that of the home. When you come to this section, what I love about the home, it's, do you have an amazing community director that puts on excellent events? Are your neighbors awesome? And you get together and do different community engagement throughout the year. Things that really have helped you to really enjoy the home. That's what I would put in this space. And you'll be surprised because a lot of times buyers, because they're obviously going to be comparing a lot of properties, when they read this section, it makes it a little bit more emotional. So there's a more emotional attachment to the property. So I would definitely encourage you, don't leave this blank. Do include what did you love about living in the home. It's another space if you want to get from ChatGPT, you can do that there too. But definitely don't leave that blank. You're going to want to go ahead and fill that out just to create that more personalized, more emotional connection for the buyer to your home. The next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and go to your room details. So you're just going to click through what's all included in the property, your utilities. So what type of cooling system, what type of heating system, is there solar, all those good details. You're going to want to just go through and click through, completing those boxes of what is present in the property. And then the very last thing that you're going to do here is you're going to include your contact details. So how to get in touch with you in order to view the property, what number do buyers need to call? So just know that this number will be public. You will be able to see it on Zillow. Folks will be calling you on that number. So just make sure that it's a good number. And then once you complete that, you're going to go ahead and click the box here, read the kind of disclaimer here, but basically that you're going to follow by Zillow's rules. You're not going to discriminate. You are the actual property owner and can sell this property, all that good stuff. And then once you do that, you'll notice that little blue button lit up. And so you're going to go ahead and click post for sale by owner. Now, I'm not going to do this because I cannot post my company's office building for sale by owner. But let's say you do all of this and then you come back and you're like, oh, I wanted to add something else to the description or oh, I forgot to check one of the boxes. We do have skylight, something like that. You can go ahead and go back up here. So when you go into your account, what you can do is go to manage, it'll show manage rentals and then my listing. And then you can go in there and make changes if you need to. The other thing I'm going to say about this phone number section. So really quickly, phone number section is really important. And here's why. As important as the photos, because this is how folks are going to get in touch with you. So if they want to view the property, if they're planning on coming to the open house, if they have questions, anything like that, you're going to want to be available for them. And so recognizing that this is not your full-time job, you're not a realtor, you're selling your property and you've got life to live, jobs and kids and all the things that go with living a life, you may not always be available to take those calls. So what I would suggest doing at bare minimum on your voicemail, make sure that you do indicate that you're the property owner. So that way when folks call, they're not just hearing a beep and wondering, is this the right number? Do I leave a message? What do I do? You're gonna just wanna and it could be something as simple as, hey, this is John. If you're calling about the property over on 123 Main Street, super excited you called. Property is still available. Please leave your name, your number, and a brief message, and I'll be glad to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks so much for calling. Anybody else? This is a personal call. Again, please leave your name and number. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Something like that, just so that folks that are calling about the property know that they've dialed the right number. I can't tell you how many times I've called for a client. They might have been interested in a for sale by owner property, and there's no voicemail. There's no ability to either leave a voicemail, or the person hasn't left an outbound voicemail, so we're not quite sure whether or not this is the right number. So just, I don't want any ambiguity, no friction when it comes to putting your property for sale. So just try to make that as clear as possible. The other thing, just want to mention, if you're in the DFW area and you're wanting to go for sell by owner for a bit, maybe your plan is, let's see if we can get it sold on our own. And then after maybe a month or two, if we're not able to do that, we're looking into other options. I'm going to go ahead and include my for sale by owner backup plan. So that just has a few additional resources. So if you do decide to change strategies down the road and you're in the DFW area, just walk you through some options that I can help you with if you're local here in the DFW area. So hopefully this information has been helpful to you. I wish you all the best of luck in getting your property sold. Like I said, it can be done. I know a lot of realtors is like, you can't do it without us. It can be done. There are steps. It can be sometimes a complicated process. And so absolutely, you can do it. You just want to do it informed. So my hope is that this video has been helpful to you. If you have any questions around this, please be sure to leave a comment. If this video has been helpful in any way, please like, subscribe, share. If there's other information about listing your home, maybe staging, or how to properly price your property, happy to do more of a deep dive. This is more of a cursory view of how to just get your property listed on Zillow. But if there's more information that you would like more information on, please comment below. I do see all those comments. I do read all those comments. Happy to go a little deeper on anything that might be of help, might be value to you, might be helpful to you. So with that, I think that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.